Listomania, think less but see it grow.
Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here, and welcome to your September 2015 10 for 12. If you need to catch up, there is a playlist provided in the box below. So today's going to be a fun 10 for 12 because I'm going to be doing this with a very good YouTuber. Her name is Jennifer Anderson. She is a fellow film critic as me, and she's been on YouTube for quite a number of years, and yet she really does need some more subscribers. I don't know why she doesn't have that many. She's got a very in-depth summary of the movies that she reviews. She always talks about the goods and the bads and indifferent, and that is why I reached out to her and said, you know something, I like what you do, why don't you do a collaboration with me and maybe we could get some more subscribers under your belt. We are going to talk about 10 famous actors with extremely unique, surprising roles. These actors who you know and love have done so many great movies, and then all of a sudden they just do this one movie in this one specific role that just blows your mind, and you never knew that they could do that. So here are mine, and of course this is going to be a blind box as always, so I have no idea who's Jennifer's top 10. So here we go. The first one I'm going to choose is not Jennifer Anderson, but Jennifer Aniston from the comedy Horrible Bosses, where she plays a nymphomaniac dentist. The character who is played by Charlie Day, she is his boss, and some of the things that come out of her mouth are like, oh my god, this is Jennifer Aniston? She's doing this? This is Jennifer Aniston, and she is doing this! Now, granted, she was also in a movie like Office Space, but she wasn't this crazy and raunchy, and the movie itself is fantastic. It's probably one of the biggest comedy surprises from 2011, and I did actually review that movie because I saw it in theaters. There will be a link provided in the box below. And I will actually be reviewing the second one. I did actually see it, but we'll get to that another time. Number 9 is Tom Hanks in Ode to Perdition. I have mentioned Ode to Perdition in another one of my recent 10 for 12s, but in this movie, Tom Hanks is incredible. He doesn't say a word. His facial expressions and his body language gives me one of his greatest performance, and to me, one of my all-time favorites, alongside great actors like Daniel Craig, Jude Law, and Paul Newman. If you haven't seen The Ode to Perdition, you really should, because Tom Hanks will really wow you. And it's also directed by one of my favorite directors, Sam Mendes, who does American Beauty. Definitely check it out. Number 8 is Elijah Wood from Sin City. Again, dialogue doesn't matter. Body language and facial expressions say it all for me. After doing Lord of the Rings, he went and became this very bizarre, villainous character in Sin City. The movie itself is fantastic, but Elijah Wood's character, you will not forget him in this movie. Even though he says absolutely nothing, you will not forget Elijah Wood in Sin City. Number 7 is Robert De Niro in one of my all-time favorite and underappreciated Quentin Tarantino movies, I must say, Jackie Brown. Again, he doesn't say much. He has these pauses and one-liners, but when his mouth is open and he does say what he says in Jackie Brown, it is over-the-top hilarity. He plays alongside Bridget Fonda and Samuel L. Jackson beautifully. Definitely one of the best and probably most unknown of his performances in his career. Number 6 is Bill Murray in Ed Wood. It's a huge cult classic fan favorite in the world of Tim Burton, Ed Wood. Such a great movie, probably one of Johnny Depp's better performances, but Bill Murray's character is just so bizarre and so outlandish. He's a very kooky guy thanks to movies like Caddyshack, Ghostbusters, and Stripes, but when you see him as his character in Ed Wood, you will be forever changed. Number 5 is Jason Statham from Spy. Now, I have seen him in Guy Ritchie films, and he can be very funny in movies like Snatch and Two Smoking Barrels, but when you see him in Spy, you will see him do things that you have never seen before. He does the typical action star persona, but he just does it with such comedic timing and style. I highly recommend, even though the movie was not my favorite comedy of 2015, seeing him in this movie definitely was one of the highlights of Spy. Number 4 is Daniel Radcliffe in Horns. Now, I have seen him in Harry Potter, I have seen him in The Woman in Black, and I've even seen him in Kill Your Darlings, but in Horns, he plays this foul-mouthed, raunchy, dark character that you have never seen before. He is amazing in this movie. It may not be one of the best movies you will ever see, but if you are a fan of Daniel Radcliffe's and you truly want to see this amazing up-and-coming actor really show you something different, you must see Horns. Number 3, one of my all-time favorite actors, Robin Williams, in the movie 1 Hour Photo and Insomnia. And the reason why I choose both of them is because of the fact that you will never see Robin Williams in such unique roles as in these two films. He plays the villain in Insomnia, also one of the most underappreciated Christopher Nolan films, and he plays this very disturbing individual in 1 Hour Photo. It's just, as a guy who started out with things like Mork and Mindy, made amazing memories thanks to movies like The Birdcage and Hook and Popeye, Aladdin, Mrs. Doubtfire. When you see these two movies, you will truly look at Robin Williams and say, he is not just an amazing comedian, he is just an amazing actor. Number 2 is Dustin Hoffman in the movie Hook. He is one of the greatest actors of all time, but when you see him as Hook, you will just adore this character, and you will love Hook even more. I love Hook so much. It is so much better than the Disney classic Peter Pan, but it is because of the fact that Dustin Hoffman plays this amazing legendary character that makes the movie so amazing and so magical, and it's because of him that whenever one of my friends screws up, I always say, bad form, Peter, bad form. And that leaves us with our number 1. I don't know if you all saw it coming, but it's Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker in The Dark Knight. Now, when I found out that he was going to be the Joker, I was very skeptical. I heard that Paul Bettany was in the running and he didn't get it. I heard that Mark Hamill was actually being tapped to do it and he didn't end up doing it, but I would have expected those two guys to do this. Not Heath Ledger. This is A Knight's Tale. This is 10 Things I Hate About You. This is The Four Feathers. This is this amazing dramatic actor. I just didn't expect him to go and do something like a comic book film. But he did. And it was amazing. And it was one of the last performances of his career that made us all now remember him for the rest of our lives, and future generations are going to know him as an Oscar winner, as a guy who gave us such an amazing performance in a Batman movie. That says a lot about you, your acting ability, and your legacy. So that's it, guys. 10 actors with unique performances that blew my mind. And I'm hoping to see Jennifer's, and I'm hoping that her countdown will be just as fun to watch as mine, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all in another 10 for 12, and I'm really excited for the last 3 of the year, because the first one's Halloween themed, the next one is Thanksgiving themed, and then I'm going to do my typical wrap-up of the year for December, so I'm looking forward to seeing you guys for the final 10 for 12s this year, and actions speak louder than words.